Hey everyone, Michelle here from Scrappy Soul Sister, and I am working on a layout today for Pear Tree Cut Files. Now, this is from the May release, and the cut file is take only photos, leave only footprints. And so I was excited to see this cut file because I've been doing some hiking lately, and some girlfriends and I just went over to Winthrop, which is in eastern Washington state, and did a hike that had so many wildflowers. And so let me show you these a little bit more close up. And so it was just gorgeous. And so my girlfriends have these shirts about protecting our national parks. And so I thought I would use that picture and a couple of little pictures just to kick off some scrapbooking of this particular hiking trip, because I know I'll be using a bunch of these photos, just because it was also pretty. So I am using the Vicky Bouton Flower Emporium. I have not dug into this collection yet, and I'm still waiting on a few pieces. I ordered some from my little scrapbook store, and then I had fear of missing out and went back and ordered the solid paper pad, and so that's what I'm still waiting on. But I pulled this particular pattern paper out of the um, paper pattern um, pad. That's the word I'm looking for. Paper pattern pad, all those P's. And so I also got the, is it 6x8 or 8x8? Let me grab it. 6x8. And so I thought I would use some of these to back my take and photos and only. So I still have to go through and figure out which I want to use to back those words. I am unsure as far as if I want to do it in white. I printed it out in white or cut it in white just so I could see if that size was going to work. And if I overlap my cut file on this picture, then it should work pretty well and still give me some room to do some floral embellishments and such. So that is my plan. So I'll take a look through these, just because it's nice to use the smaller papers, just because the scale is a little bit better. But if I don't see what I like in here, then I'll take a look in my larger pattern paper pad as well. So let's see what we come up with. So I have my 6x8 pieces out there that I kind of went through to see what I can use to fill my words. And I really like that foliage on that brown paper, so I'm going to use that. And I like the flowers on that grid paper, so I am going to use that for photos. And so now I'm just trying to decide what my third piece is going to be. Kind of in the back of my mind, I'm always thinking that yellow paper, but I don't want to cut into it. But I do. That's the one I decide to go with. And so I'm going to use that yellow with the large polka dot for a take. Going to use the floral for photos, and then the leaves for the leaves for take, and then the yellow dot for only. And so that's how it turns out. Now I do need to go back and cut my S, and I need to figure out what I want to do for the camera. There wasn't a black one in the um, uh, flower group that I liked. And so I just have a little grid black paper from my stash that I am going to use for my camera. So I'm just going to cut that out real quick, glue it down. And now most of my, or looks like all of my cut file is backed there. Now I've gone through the Flower Emporium line, and I wanted something just a little bit darker behind that um, cut file, it's just so it stands out a little bit. So I use a pink with a little mini polka dot, and I have cut my cut file. I know it looks on the white side, but it's actually cut out of uh, a really light blue mixed media looking paper out of the paper pad. So I'm going to go ahead and glue my cut file down. Now I have raised some of it with some foam. The skinnier parts, the skinnier words are just going to hang out. I'll glue some of it down here and there, but I kind of like having the shadow show behind it. And I'm taking a look at how I want to build that cluster up at the top left. I'm adding a little flower into the center of my camera, and I have matted my two photos with a yellow and a blue out of the 6x8 pad. And I'm going to go ahead and make sure I have the one with the sky and the mountains on top of the other one, and take a look for some flowers and some leaves to build that cluster. So I will say, like in this layout, um, do you ever have one of those days where you're just questioning every decision you make? And so this layout was that for me. And I really like how it came out, but I probably, I'm doing this the day before and the morning that it's due. I probably, uh, that's what I get for procrastinating. And so again, I really like how it turned out, but there's just those days where you're just feeling indecisive, and it's nice to be able to put things down and come back to it with a fresh outlook. But I did not give myself time to do that, so I am just forging ahead and maybe not enjoying the process as much as I would have if I had not procrastinated. So you'd think I would have learned that lesson by now, but maybe it takes quite a few times for me to learn it. So I just need to give myself some more time. All right, so I have used one of the ribbons in the collection, as you can see, up to the top left and the bottom right, where the clusters are going to be. I'm using just one of the little pieces left from when I matted my two little photos to write the name of the trail, which was Lewis Butte over in Methel Valley in Winthrop. And so I have that above my two girlfriends' picture, and I'm going to go ahead and hear that down and start layering in some flowers. So I just love these flowers. And so, like most of you, I think you find something that you love and you don't want to use it. And I can buy more. I know I can. But I just am like, oh, I'm struggling. I they look so much better on a layout than they do sitting in the package. I don't know why I want to leave them just sitting in the package. I have to use them, and so I am doing that now. I looked at maybe adding some bees, um, but I kind of felt like I would have to cut the white out since there isn't a lot of white in this layout, and I didn't want to take the time to do that. So that bee is going to go away. I also looked at adding some butterflies. You'll see that in the future, and I decide that against that as well. So was thinking about adding some flowers that were a little bit more um, like the ones I have in the picture. So I looked in my crafty garden and pulled out just a few, as well as some dimensional flowers. I believe were from Little Birdie. You'll see those two yellow flowers that I have in the upper and the bottom cluster, and I will add another one of those as well. So primarily flower and imposium, but there is a few little floral pieces from Crafty Garden in this layout. So like that one is Crafty Garden, and then some of the little daisies as well. Um, and there isn't, I really like that those coneflowers, those pink echinacea flowers, and so I leave one of those in each layout or in each cluster, even though it's primarily I'm focusing on the white and the yellow florals. So going to go ahead and glue down my word there for footprints because I don't want that part flapping in the breeze too much, and am adding a little flower. Again, looking at some bees, I have pulled those two chipboard phrases out of the chipboard bits and pieces. And yeah, I think I'm going to add, yeah, just a couple little round phrases to the top, or I'm sorry, to that bottom cluster. And then between my pictures up there where there's a single leaf, I'm going to add a little flower and another little round phrase. But other than that, this layout is getting close to being complete. I did ink the edge of the main background paper with vintage photo. But other than that, oh, I am going to add a couple more little leaves as well. So, as I am doing some of those final bits and pieces, Pear Tree Cut Files is listed in the description as far as where you can pick this cut file. A lot of the May cut files are really gorgeous and a lot of outdoorsy, but there's other uh, themes as well. So you should check out the May release. There's lots of fun things that you can work with. I appreciate everyone who has liked or subscribed or left comments. Thank you so much. I appreciate each and every one of you, and thank you for watching. Have a great day, everyone.